Reading I-Ching. Development. Composition of hexagram. The wind is blowing over the high mountain. The mountain that rises high on a sturdy base indicates the force that stays in place without moving. However, the wind blowing on it is a power that constantly moves and changes. The mountains and the wind, which have completely different characteristics from each other, have already met once in hexagram number 18, work on the Decayed. At that time, the wind was blowing beneath a firmly fixed mountain, which symbolized a great change that overturned our stereotypes. This time, however, the wind is touching the top of the mountain gently. The mountain, which has kept its place for a long time, does not move on its own, but it shapes the path of the wind along its outer appearance. The wind, on the other hand, is not as strong as the mountain, but its steady characteristics causes gradual weathering of the mountain. Mountains and wind differ from each other, but by understanding and harmonizing each other's differences, they gradually resemble each other. Such changes may be slow, but its end result can be sustained for a long time. Overall meaning. The previous hexagram, the keeping still mountain, illustrated that the mountains are standing still, but it would not be always the best to keep its place forever. The environment is constantly changing, and so do we need to change in accordance with the environmental change. In this hexagram, the mountain, which has kept its place for a long time, slowly starts to change by the power of wind. Of course, there are quite a few craftsmen who have adhered to doing the same thing for decades or for generations. However, I do not think that such people could keep their position by simply doing the exact same thing over and over again without any change. Recall that the last line of the previous hexagram said that we need to adapt constantly in order to stay in position. If we fail to do so, the difference will accumulate over time, as in hexagram number 18, work on the Decayed, and we may end up having to go through a revolutionary change. The change symbolized in this hexagram of development is not something that happens at a certain moment, but it gradually takes place over a long period of time. When you look at the composition of lines, the foundation made with two lines of yin is followed by a single line of yang, which creates a small change. After that, a line of yin stabilizes the system, and then another change follows. Such a composition symbolizes that this change is not based on a challenging plan to achieve a great goal. As time goes on, we come to do things a little bit differently, without intending to do so, such as trying different paths, or learning what we did not know before. After a long time has passed, we look back and find that we have changed a lot from what we had been before. Such change is the process of projecting one's desires to the others, in order to maintain harmony between people. However, you do not have to try too hard to change yourself or others, in order to achieve that harmony. If you cherish and enjoy the time you spend together, and if you keep your caring minds for each other, the change and harmony will naturally follow.